Hey beautiful folks, this is Freedom Fighter. Today is Monday, July the 29th, 2024. Welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News, your daily podcast on the latest updates on the RVGCR. Goldilocks sets the standard, and Goldilocks is the standard for the global banking news related to the RVGCR. Over 100 countries and many global governing agencies tune into Goldilocks every single day to get updates on what's transpiring with the RVGCR. I'm your host, Freedom Fighter, and I welcome you. There are several articles today that Goldilocks has shared with us related to the RVGCR. The first one is from the CFTC, which is the Commodities Future Trade Commission. What will be backing our currencies? Yes, the dong, yes, the dinar, yes, the USD, and other currencies around the world. It will be commodities. So we have the Commodities Future Trade Commission that has a major hearing regarding reauthorizing the CFTC. And this is presented by U.S. Representative Dusty Johnson of South Dakota, who chaired the Commodities Markets, Digital Assets, and Rural Development Subcommittee hearing entitled Reauthorizing CFTC. Let's jump right into it. The Commodities Future Trade Commission, CFTC, is responsible for regulating commodity markets, including traditional agricultural crops such as wheat, corn, soybeans, and sugar, and non-farm commodities like oil, gas, silver, gold, and financial instruments, and more. For those of you who have been paying attention to the U.S. debt clock on Saturdays, on Sundays, and on Wednesdays where the updates come out, we see there are various commodities that it's showing will back our currency, and other countries around the world will be doing the same for their currencies, many of the currencies for which we hold. The Commodities Future Trade Commission regulates and policies that derivatives markets in the United States to promote market integrity and protect the public and the economy. The CFTC's mission is to ensure that derivatives markets are responsive to emerging risks, technologies, and trends. Now, the CFTC has several goals. Pay attention, folks, because the banks for which we will exchange our currencies and the foreign currency exchanges themselves are actually governed by the Commodities Future Trade Commission. There are what's called DCOs, derivatives clearing organizations, swap execution facilities, SEFs. You must know, what is a swap execution facility? That's a bank. These are banks. Swap dealers, or SDs, are also banks and currency exchange facilities. The Commodities Future Trade Commission oversees these institutions and regulates these institutions and regulates the foreign currency exchange transactions. So when you see the Commodities Future Trade Commission, know this is the regulatory body that is responsible for the legislation or the regulations that will back our currencies with gold, with silver, so forth and so on. Now, the CFTC uses a variety of tools to achieve its goals for banks as swap dealers, banks as swap execution facilities, foreign currency exchanges. They also support legislation in establishing policies. A primary component of the CFTC is the Market Participants Division, or the MPD. The MPD oversees the registrants of the CFTC who educate, trade, invest, and advises businesses in the derivatives markets. This is a very important part that I'm about to share with you. By Goldilocks. Goldilocks says, as we move towards a gold standard protocol in the banking system, it will be important for the CFTC to be reauthorized as it was in 2008. What happened in 2008? Do you remember where you were? May 2008, May the 22nd, 2008, Congress enacts the Food, Conservative, and Energy Act of 2008. The act reauthorizes the CFTC until 2013, 5 years later, and gives the agency, meaning the CFTC, additional regulatory and enforcement tools necessary to continue to effectively oversee the futures industry, particularly transactions in energy products and foreign currency. I'm going to read that briefly. This act in 2008 authorizes the CFTC until 2013 and gives the agency additional regulatory and enforcement tools necessary to oversee transactions in the industry products and foreign currency. Goldilocks shares, we appear to be coming full circle and returning to our roots of utilizing sound money and an organization, the CFTC, capable and designed to facilitate us in this transition. For those that may not remember or know, the old 2008 masterful, terrible financial crisis also was born Bernie Madoff and Enron. It was the CFTC that came in to crack the hammer down and regulate in order to make things happen as far as the corrections and the regulatory process regarding Enron. Goldilocks continues, look for the CFTC to be reauthorized to govern our transition into the new digital asset-based trading system. This is the QFS. When you hear Goldilocks speak of the new digital asset-based trading system, that's the QFS. CHR 6363 below. This article, this monumental shift will give us the organizing power to direct our steps forward. Goldilocks shares those supportive articles regarding the CFTC. We're going to jump right into the next one on fact sheet. Implementing the National Standard Strategy for Critical and Emerging Technology. This is where the technology for the quantum financial system, ladies and gentlemen, we are beginning to see the implementation stage of the technology within the quantum financial system. Goldilocks says, according to the White House, many emerging technologies are critical to the United States national security. The 2024 list of critical emerging technologies includes several. I'll skim through. Advanced technologies, computing, engineering materials, gas turbine engines, sensing, manufacturing, and more. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Service, the Department of State, Department of Defense, the Department of Energy. Now, the critical and emerging technologies include the following, and it's getting hot on the QFS. The critical and emerging technologies: quantum computing and quantum sensing, blockchain, virtual and augmented reality, robotics, artificial intelligence. Don't be scared of artificial intelligence. Our new digital banking system, the QFS, and investment opportunities within the QFS will be available to us, ladies and gentlemen, through artificial intelligence. It will be artificial intelligence that eliminates the human manipulation and suppression on the currency values that have put many nations in a weak in desolate position with their nations based on the suppressing on the price of their currencies. Artificial intelligence by way of commodities, gold, silver, and the tokenization of our assets will enable real values to be put onto what? Our paper currencies. Also what? Our digital cryptocurrencies. Also what? Our precious metals, gold, silver, so forth and so on. It is through blockchain, the QFS, and AI within the QFS that will enable the new birthing of a spiritual and financial shift in our human existence right now. Also, machine learning, 5G and 6G communications, cybersecurity, the Internet of Things, which is where IOTA comes in. As you can see, Goldilocks says, we are at the implementation stage of the above digital technological advances. Yes, the ones that we just spoke of on AI, the QFS, blockchain, so forth and so on. This is what will usher in the real values along with supply and demand of our currencies in the markets. Goldilocks says it does not say that currency values will automatically change because of it. It does say we can apply these new technologies to the existing markets globally and banking system that will begin to have an influence of change going forward in prices and everything else. Then Goldilocks shares the link right from the White House on the implementing the national standards and strategy for critical and emerging technology. Do not, I encourage you, do not concern yourself with who's in the White House. Put that aside and understand all is moving forward in our favor. Next by Goldilocks, Signum Connect is a 24/7 multi-asset settlement network that allows for instant settlements of fiat, digital assets, and stablecoins. Here we have 24/7, or around the clock, multi-asset settlement. Let's talk about settlements. What are settlements? Instant settlements are the transactions that are completed. One side of a transaction and another side. Let's say, one side you're going to exchange, the other side you get your receipt for that exchange. It's complete. That's a settlement. A bank-to-bank transaction sending billions, trillions, millions of dollars from one country to the next for trade, no matter what it is. That's an instant settlement when both sides of that transaction is completed or both sides of that transaction is settled. On July the 11th, 2024, Goldilocks says the network was launched by Signum as a global digital asset banking group based in Switzerland. Signum Connect is used by institutional investors, liquidity providers, stablecoin issuers, brokers, and some exchanges. Signum Connect integrates with Signum's banking platform and keeps assets in Signum's secure custody during the settlement process. This allows for the efficient use of capital and helps to avoid delays and extra cost. Signum Connect also eliminates counterparty and settlement risks. According to Thomas Eichenberger, Signum Bank's Chief Product Officer, Signum Connect makes transactions between participants, meaning banks to bank to bank, institution to institution. This transaction between participants in the global crypto ecosystem makes it faster, cheaper, more reliable, and less risky. He goes on to say that Signum Connect is helping to connect the traditional financial system and the digital asset economy. So here we see the transition from the old to the new. The old 3, 4, 5 day transactions to be settled. The cost was extremely high. We're transitioning to the new digital asset system backed by assets. The one before, the banking system before, was backed by nothing. Fiat, backed by thin air. Poof. Now we will move into a system of assets being implemented to back our currencies. Gold, silver, so forth and so on. The various commodities will back our assets. And we're talking about instant settlements, meaning instant payments, versus before 3 to 5 days. Now instant. Before it was costly. Now it will be cost effective. So money moves faster, more efficient. So the banks become more efficient. That efficiency now transitions to us as consumers, us as investors in the banking system, where products and services will be readily available to us in order to maximize our newfound investment money in the banking system. And then when you include the fact that all of this is regulated by the Commodities Future Trade Commission, the blockchain and the QFS moving. Now Goldilocks has shared we're moving into the implementation phase of the technology and the hearings to have the support of regulations. And now we have 24/7. This is not the first and only. There are several that will also be implemented globally. Goldilocks has shared before several others from the Bank and International Settlements, for example, and Project Agora and other projects where we see globally the implementation of the quantum financial system and the interconnecting of the technologies that will facilitate speed, efficiency, and backing our assets in the new quantum financial system. Why is this also important? Just imagine when you go into exchange your currencies and your funds, your wealth is in the new banking system, you will begin to see that all of these new emerging resources, technical resources, are in the banking system being implemented now in preparation for the new system for us to take advantage of in the new shift in reality of our spiritual and financial growth into the new digital economy, whereby we as a new human family will be able to take our blessings, and reap those rewards. This is Goldilocks Global Banking News. Your host, Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning in. We love you, we appreciate you, and as always, share some unconditional love with someone, and we hope someone does the same for you. Be well. Ciao. Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR, brought to you by Freedom Fighter.